Hi everybody. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. My dryer's going, or my washer's going, so sound is going to be a little interesting. But I tried to make a video yesterday about things that I have been working on. I kind of wanted to set a goal to say that, okay, from Thursday to Thursday, I will have such and such things done. Well, that really didn't work out for me. It didn't work out at all. Yesterday, I wanted to make the update video, and it didn't happen. Kids and life and stuff like that. So, as of right now, I have started the princess bag things for my goddaughter. I kind of put my teapot thing to the side because that's for me, so it's not really a too big of rush to finish it. I'm actually sitting in front of the wall that I want to hang it on. So it's an empty wall. I'm sitting at my dining room table. So anyway, so that's for me, and it's if I finish it today, next year, whatever, it's not a big rush for me. I know that usually when people say that things are for them, so it's not a big rush, and I know I've said it before, I also crochet, and things that I've said, okay, I'm making for me, get pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed back and back and back and back. And I still have things that, I've said I wanted to make for myself, or, generally just for myself, that are still sitting undone. So, I know that as I say that I'm going to push it off until I get things done that I need to get done for specific people or for specific times. Like my granddaughter, or my goddaughter's birthday is in November, so I want to get those things done and made up before her birthday, obviously. So I have it here, and it's still in the hoop. So here it is. I've started Snow White's head, will be there, and I've completed all of the stitches as I've gone along, because there are some that are 3/4 stitches, and for me it gets kind of confusing as to where they are and where they're not. So I just went ahead and finished a complete row across with both sides, and unfortunately that part of it is taking the most time, obviously, because when you go through and you just do half of the stitch and finish a big piece of color and then go back and do the other half, it goes faster. So I'm only like that much. I did start another one Friday of last week, and I started the Cinderella, because I don't know why I just chose Cinderella. And I got until like this portion of her face, so I got all of her hair, and it's a big poofy thing on top. Let me see if I can find it in here. Anyway, so I got all of that done, and then realized that I miscounted somewhere along the way. So see, here's Cinderella, and I got all the way to past her eyes, just about her nose. So it's pretty much, maybe halfway done with her, or almost halfway, and realized that I miscounted, like, towards the top, where, like, her hair is, and that had thrown everything off to where everything kind of turned into, it was just off. Everything was to the right too much. I don't know how I did it, but just craziness from the week and stuff, not being able to devote as much time as I wanted to actually stitching, and I don't want to say uninterrupted stitching time, because I have kids and there's always interruptions, but just like that focused stitch time. My head was always on other things. So needless to say, I picked the whole thing out, and I know my husband was sitting here watching me, and he's like, why don't you just get a new piece of fabric? You have tons of fabric upstairs. And I do. I have tons of, when I worked at Joann's, what happened? Oh, there it goes. When I worked at Joann's, they sell cross stitch fabric by the yard, and so I would pick that up, whenever it was on sale or I had a good coupon, or every once in a while they would do an extra discount for employees, employee appreciation days or whatever, and I would, go crazy with stuff that I wanted or needed or whatever. So that was that. Anyways, because this past weekend I went to my mom's house, and she lives in Marietta, and so I saw a YouTube video saying that someone had gone to a thrift store and purchased stuff and got a really good haul, and it was really great. I don't have any good thrift stores around my area, so I asked my mom if she had a thrift store around her area, and she has a store called Savers. If you don't know what Savers is, it's just a thrift store, and people donate their things there, and then they sell them for a reasonable amount. Well, we went on Labor Day, Monday, and because it was Labor Day, everything was 50% off. So I purchased some stuff. Sorry, I have it in this box also that I wanted to show you. So I got all of this cross stitch floss, and I've already bundled it onto bobbins and stuff. I hope you can see that. But there are over 30, closer to 40 pieces or skeins of cross stitch floss. And this little box, while I was in my mom's house, I went down to Oceanside to my aunt's house, and this little box my aunt gave me that was my grandmother's. She had a little sewing box, and my grandma just recently moved out of her apartment, so we're trying to downsize her things, and I just thought this was a really cute little box. I'm not obviously going to keep my cross stitch floss in here. I'm going to put it into my plastic bins, but for now I wanted to keep it separate so I can show you the things that I got from Savers. But I'm going to put excuse me, I'm going to put my current work in progress in this box and keep it sitting next to my couch on my little end table, and so that way I won't have to worry about getting a plastic baggie, which I've been doing, or I won't have to worry about it getting dusty. I can just put it in this little box and it'll stay safe, and all of my threads will stay together, my scissors, my pattern, everything will stay in this little box. And if I decide to take it, I won't usually take it on outings or anything, because this is kind of, I don't know, maybe I will, but if I decide to take it to like my mom's house, if I'm going there for the weekend, then all I have to do is just grab this little box, and it's not like I have to go through my plastic bins, look for the flosses that I need, and then it's just gonna be easy. So Wednesday night, my husband and I and the kids went to Michael's because I needed to get the bobbins. Obviously, I was all out of bobbins. Excuse me. So this had sat for 3 days. So I was all out of bobbins, so I had to get some bobbins, and I got 4 packs, and I have 2 and a quarter left. So I got these 2 because you always need bobbins. I do all my floss on bobbins. I know some people look at bobbins like they're crazy, but that's the way my grandma did it, so that's the way I do it. I put all my floss on bobbins. If I tried those sorry, I'm getting text. I tried the what are they called? The floss bow things. They're like thin plastic things. I think they're called plastic bow. I don't know. Anyways, I tried those, and my floss wouldn't stay wound on it. It kept falling off and get tangly and stuff like that. So I ditched that and I went back to the bobbins. I saw somebody uses the bags. I've never tried that. I've never even heard about that before she said it. So while I was there, I purchased a big roll of linen. It's kind of scary. I've never done linen before. This is 28 count. It's tea-dyed Irish linen, Charles Craft, and it is 20 by 24. Never ever in my life have I stitched on linen. I've always stitched on Aida cloth, 14 to 18 count Aida cloth. I don't usually do the 11 count. It's just too big for me. So I purchased this, and I do have a project in mind for this. And I know what you're gonna say. Another project? No, you're crazy. I know. But ever since my son is born, he's almost 4. He'll be 4 in, oh my gosh, 24 days. I think ever since my son was born, I've wanted to make me, my husband, my daughter, my son, Christmas ornament or Christmas stockings. So I saw this and thought, hey, I can stitch it on this and it will be more like, you know, actual fabric. I don't know when I'm gonna get to that. I might get to that next year after I finish my teapots. I might work alongside my teapots with that. I was thinking about the teapots and doing maybe one of the teapots per month. You know, like saying, okay, this month is September, so I would work on September's teapot. But the way that it is right now, I can't, I mean, I could if I really sat down and did the math, work out how many stitches it is over, because it's not a written pattern. Like, I'm taking patterns from the book and I'm kind of putting them together. It's not like one strip of all 12 teapots. It's just, you know, every 16th of every month is another teapot design. So I just thought, hey, I could put them all together and it'll be like that. So I don't know. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I finished January. I have not finished February's yet, and I finished March's, yeah. So I don't want to say that I'll wait until next February to finish February's, but if that's what happens, I'm okay with that. And then I'll do April's when April comes around. So in that downtime, I mean, it's not going to take me all month. I hope. I shouldn't say that. It might take me all month, but I hope it doesn't take me all month to finish each teapot or the teapot for that corresponding month. But if it does, oh well, such is life. But I do want to try to have the stockings done by next December. So my plan for this YouTube channel is to do videos every Thursday. Thursdays are usually a quiet time around here. My daughter goes to dance, my husband goes to worship practice. So it's pretty, I mean, if my son's here, he's upstairs in his room. He's really not a crazy kid. I plan on doing videos every Thursday. If not, then I would do them Fridays while my kids are at school. But I do have my goddaughter right now. Thankfully, she's sleeping, so I'm trying to get this done, and it's already 13 minutes. Anyway, so I'm rambling, but I'm hoping to do YouTube videos every Thursday night. That's my goal. And from Thursdays to Thursday, then it's when I'll do my stitching and I'll do any updates. I'm hoping, God willing, that by next Thursday I'll have Snow White completed. I mean, none of these princesses are huge, you know. I mean, the bags are, this is the pattern for the bags. So this here to here, it's not big, would be for Snow White's bag, and this, you know. So, and that's not even, they don't say to increase it at all, you know, to enlarge it at all. This is just what you would cut your fabric, your interfacing, and your lining fabric from. It's just this pattern here. And then these are for the other style bag. So there's this style bag, which is kind of like a wide bottom bag, and then this style bag. So they're for little girls. I mean, they're not huge. But it's just taking me longer because I did not have a very good cross stitch week. So yeah, so that's what I've gotten, and I will update you next Thursday. Until then, bye.